myself, the people nearby, they're like, yeah, we heard about the riots, and then they're like, which area do you come from? Try to explain to them the area I come from. They asked me how many kids were there. I told them, and I explained to them that people are at least on our way. So far, I think we have witnessed 20 people dies on our way going up there. Those who cannot walk, they just kill them. So they're like, do you know where their bodies are so that we can go pick them? Like, I can only remember a few, but I don't know. And then they asked me, do you know how you guys were walking? I'm like, no. So at the end, the villagers from that area, they gathered themselves, they started going around walking. They ended up collecting some bodies. Then with me, I continued my life, going back home to look for my family. On reaching home, I didn't find my parents there. They were taken with another group. So I phoned my younger brother, my elder brother, and then asked me that, where have you been all these days? And then I tried to explain to him what happened. Like, okay, I understand. Mom and Dad and other people who helped her around, they have been taken. So I stayed with my brother, and then we had to move from that area where we are to another busy town, like, because we are far away from we were too much in at the village. So they started telling us, you guys, you need to come closer, because the rebel, what they are doing now, they're trying to ride and take people from who are not staying together. So people started staying around towns, small towns, which we call trading centers, back home. So we stayed there, I stayed with my brother like for 1 year. That's what, in 2000, in 88, that's when my parents had also to escape from the camp from Sudan. They returned home. My dad had a diabetes. He didn't last after that. He had to die in 89. So I was left with my mom. Still, in the area where we are, it became so harsh for those, like it was like a rebel, whatever, a rebel pull out. Whenever they want to come and kidnap kids, they just come into that area and take people away. So there and then they had to, my mom decided that for us to leave. We moved from that area, we went to a bigger town, which nowadays all people, whenever you talk about a town, people knows about it. That's Gulu Town. So we're staying in a place called Lacho. It's a hospital. My mom used to work at a nurse, a midwife. So they gave her a uniport. It's a house made of metal. Like we used to stay there. Me with my other siblings were like 6 in that small house. So we stayed there, and you don't have a way of going to school or nothing, because you can't afford paying your school fees within the town. So the only thing you can sit home and relax. And during free time you have to go look for a way how to get food. So you go to the nearby town or the nearby village, you dig, and then that person will give you food so that you can come back and eat. So we are doing that until in 94, then World Vision came looking for people the kids who needs to go for further studies in the area which is not around the northern part of Uganda. So World Vision took me. I went to another part of Uganda in the town of Masindi. So I went and I studied there for 4 years to continue with my elementary school. So I finished my elementary school at the age of 20. So when I finished my elementary school, World Vision said that they could no longer pay for the boys. They can only take the girls, but the boys, they don't have way for them. So we got our way. They took us back home to our regional villages where we belonged. And being that we had stayed home, away from home for a long time, so most people around our village knew that we had been taken by the rebel group, because nobody knew that the World Vision came and took us for studies. So most of the time, what the rebel do, send their own kids. I mean, those people they have trained to be like killers, to come back in the village. When you are there in their camps, they tell you, you see, this person, and this person, the people who are against us, we need to go and do what? And kill them, so that we can have our own way. So when the villagers heard that there are some boys who have come back, and they knew that we were taken by the what? By the rebels. So the rebels had just sent us to come home and kill somebody or kill some people. So they're like, what we can do, we have to take care of them before they attack anybody else in the village. Luckily enough, one person had to hear that, and then they come and tell my mom that, you know what, I think the elders, they are going to attack your son with all those kids who came back. She's like, why? Because what has been happening later in the village, when people come and then they kill people in the village. So they are going to attack them before they attack anybody in the village. So my mom tried to explain to them that my kid wasn't with the group rebel. He was in the school. But they couldn't listen. So at night, my mom took me back to the World Vision office, tried to beg the World Vision to do what? To take me back to the where they put me. So for my mom had lost my three brothers and two sisters. During that time, I was away to school. So she went and told them, you know what, I've lost several kids. Then World Vision had to say that we can only take girls, and we are not the one paying for their school fees. We can only pay from this level to this level.